Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you, so I kind of want to start this series called the B.O.M. makeup look series. What B.O.M. stands for is ballin' on a makeup budget looks. So I want to do as many as I can with as many dupes as I find. So today we're going to be doing the Modern Renaissance versus the Wet n Wild. I think it's rose in the air, or it might just be rose in the air. This one, Anastasia's retails for, I want to say like $50, like 40 something, but you know, tax and everything. And then this one retails for like $4.99. Not bad. I haven't like touched it or anything, like she's still new. I got mine at Walgreens. I hate that they use these fucking stickers, but yeah, I figured I would try to do like ballin' on a makeup budget looks for my boys and girls out there who don't have the money to go buy this kind of stuff. So I'm going to start this tutorial. I'm going to use the same stuff that I always use. Brush wise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one brush on one side, clean it off, and do it on the other side, because one problem I find when people do stuff like this is that they don't really clean off their brushes, or even at that they use the same brush, and I'm like, that's not really helping out, because you're taking whatever's left from this side and moving it over to this side on top of whatever you just added as well. So this stuff, if you guys have not, I've raved about this stuff for like the longest time. It's the Ruby Kisses, I forgot what it's called. It's just an eyeshadow primer. It looks like the old Urban Decay ones. This stuff's like $3, but this stuff has saved my life, especially if you have oily eyelids. Like, this stuff will not move anything. Like, it keeps everything on, and that's what I love so much about it, because my eyeshadow typically throughout the day, like, it transfers or it just moves. And with this, it's the only thing that I've found besides like MAC Pro Longwear Concealer that doesn't move my stuff around. So all I'm doing is I'm priming the eyes. I'm gonna do the rest of my like face off camera. I just wanted to make this like a solid eye focus look. When it comes to ballin' on a makeup budget looks with like foundation or brow products, like I'm going to do those two side by side, but when it's just one thing, I just want to keep it like solely focused on that one thing. I want to say it's Golden Orc or Golden Orch. The reason that I'm dipping into this one is because it's a matte color. I would use Tempera, but Tempera has a little bit of a shine, and I don't really like putting a shine in the crease. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend that into the crease. I'm trying to see like which one is closest to this one in the other palette. Alright, so I blended it into the crease and I blended it up to the brow bone. Brush and a little towel. I'm going to spray it with alcohol. And I'm just going to clean it off. Now that my brush is dry, I'm going to dip into the other palette. This is the Morphe E27. I forgot to mention that. And I'm going to dip into this shade, the transition shade, because there's nothing like Golden Orc or Orch, however you say it, in this palette. So same thing, I'm just literally going to put it in the crease and blend it up to the brow bone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm warm taupe over here, just because this side got a little bit more brown than this side did. So I'm literally just going to dip into it, run it over a couple times. Just like that. Just so this way they're balanced out. I'm going to go in with Raw Sienna on the Anastasia side. And I'm going to dip into that and put that back into the crease just to warm it up a bit, because that taupe kind of cool toned it down. So now I'm going to try to bring the warmth back into it. The Raw Sienna on this side. I'm going to take the other transition shade. And I'm just dipping into this transition shade right here. And I'm just going to warm the crease back up. So with the way that these are performing, I love Anastasia. Like, I love Anastasia. The way that Anastasia's eyeshadows blend out, they're a little bit more blendable. You can actually take your time and build up the color, which is something that I really like about their eyeshadows. However, with the Wet n Wild side, it's literally like once you place it and like blend it, it might just be me too, it might just be the brush. So I'm gonna swap my brush. So I'm gonna go into the Morphe E28 and just continue to blend. Because this one is so like dark, I'm gonna try to balance this one out and add a little bit more of raw sienna. Nothing bad though, it's nothing that's like gonna mess up your makeup look, honestly. Especially if you know how to blend, you're not gonna have any issues. So I'm gonna take a flat brush, any flat brush that you have. I'm actually gonna go in, I like this one. I wanna say this is the flat concealer brush from Wet n Wild. Wet my brush with some water. I'm gonna go into Antique Bronze right over here. With my wet brush, I'm just going to pick up some of the color. So I'm covering the brush, I'm coating the brush. And all I'm gonna do is I'm going to not cut the crease or like do a cut crease. What I'm doing is I'm taking that brush and I'm literally just placing it all across the lid. Like just sweep that all the way across the lid. I want this look to be like simple-esque. I don't want it to be too like, I mean, yes, we're going grungy, yes, we're going like dark, but my thing is I don't want this look to be like cut crease and like wing liner, because you can't really tell the difference with an eyeshadow palette like that. Like you literally have to see it as is, like you have to see it as just one solid look, because you can't really hide everything with on top of it. Like I'm not gonna use dramatic lashes, I'm not gonna use like all this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that Antique Bronze again right here with the different brush, a different brush that's not wet. I'm gonna dip into that again and I'm just gonna pat that on top of it. So using the brush wet, what it does, if you guys don't know, is it adds more pigmentation to the look. It makes it look a little bit more bolder, a little bit more brighter. So that's all I did, and now I'm just setting it down with the same color just to make sure that it's not gonna like transfer. Do this color right here on the Wet n Wild side. And like I said before, I'm literally just going to coat the brush and then I'm just going to sweep it across my lid. So starting from the inner corner, I literally just draw like a circle, like a half moon on my eye, and I just fill in the blank space. With the colors, the only differences I'm seeing is that this one is a little bit more burgundy, as to where this one's a little bit more like maroon. It's a little bit more red, pulls more red tones. But we won't be able to tell until the end when we set it down with powder, or with the same shade. So with the same clean brush, I like how I said clean and it like flakes off. So with the same clean brush, I'm gonna dip into the exact same shade. I typically will like split the thing in half, so I'll use half of it wet and then half of it dry, just so that way I know that I'm not going back in with wet product. I'm gonna tap into it and I'm going to set it down. Yeah, the only difference that you can really see is that this side is more maroon, as to where this side's a little bit more like burgundy. It's a little more deeper in color. So not that big of a deal. Literally, we're not gonna cry over spilled milk. I'm gonna take a brush and just dust away all the fallout. With the Modern Renaissance palette, there's not really much fallout. With this palette, like, let me show you. I can like dig my brush in there and there's a little bit of fallout. But honestly, given the price difference, like $5 versus $40 something dollars, like I don't mind fallout, you know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal, because at the end of the day, I didn't pay Anastsia price, I paid Wet n Wild price. So for lashes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw on my NYX 20 lashes. These are the doe eyes. I love these lashes. Like I love these lashes. I'm gonna pop them on and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the lashes on. Let me get a little closer for you guys. So what you can notice is that this side, like I've been saying, is more maroon, as to where this side's more burgundy. But I know what everybody's main question is going to be is like, well, what does the red look like? What do the reds look like compared to each other? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the red on the bottom part of my eye. I got two brushes that are super similar. They're both the Wet n Wild. I want to say these are the shaders, the all over shader brushes. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to dip into red. Where's that orc? Red orch. This one right here. So I'm going to take that one, tap it off, and what I'm going to do is lightly just blend it underneath my eye. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the Love Letter color right up here. Same thing. Put that on top and blend it a little bit lower. So Love Letter. And I'm going to take it down just a bit, just to make it a little bit more grungy. Just a teensers. Like that. I love the way that looks. One with this shade right here, it's supposed to be like the red orc color. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna tap off the extra and I'm gonna blend that underneath the eye. The color looks, oh, I already did the other thing, so that's not gonna make any difference. There's like super comparable. I'm gonna swatch on my hand so you can see them. So this one's the Anastsia one right here. And then this one is the Wet n Wild one right here. It's a little bit deeper, the Anastsia one, but I mean, for the price difference, like, they look the same. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna be like, oh, you're not wearing the Anastsia. And then I'm gonna go in with this one, which is supposed to be like Love Letter. Same thing I did on the other side. Place it right on top. So just right there, and then blend it a little bit lower. So all in all, both of these palettes are really, really bomb. I definitely feel like if you bought this one and you ran out of the colors in here, I would definitely say go get this one and check it out. For $5, it's not that bad. Literally the looks, like the eyeshadow looks exactly the same. This one's a little bit darker, but honestly, if somebody was walking past and just looked at your shadow, they're not gonna know the difference. I do like the way that they both performed. The Wet n Wild has a lot of pigmentation, but like I said, if you are not, you know, that good at blending, I would start off with like the smallest amount on your brush. Anastsia is really known for like having high quality products, and I love the palette, and I love that you can build up your look with her shadows. But that's the thing, that's the only difference I feel like there is. Besides this one being a little bit more red toned and this one being a little more darker, I feel like the main difference is that this one, if you are not careful and you try to put a little bit of shadow on and you have a lot on the brush, it's gonna show heavy. This one, you can really work with it, and that's like a bonus of having a pro product, especially because a lot of makeup artists use Anastsia. But all in all, if you wanted to buy this one and you can't get your hands on this one, or you just can't afford this one, I would definitely say get the Rosé in the Air. It's a really pretty palette. It's really compact. This is something that's really easy for you to just like toss in your bag and go wherever you're going. You can create multiple looks with this palette. Not saying that you can't with this palette, but this palette, for being the price that it is, you can create multiple looks. You can do whatever it is that you're wanting to do, and it's still going to give you the same effect as the Modern Renaissance, just not the same color scheme, or not the exact same colors. But yeah, I hope this video like is something that you guys like or you guys are interested in, because I know that when I was growing up, I couldn't really afford like high-end products. Like throughout the years, I've been able to purchase like more and more and like get into it a little bit more. But I mean, everybody starts with drugstore. I mean, you can't lie and just be like, oh well, yeah, I started out with like high-end, because like, no, you didn't. And I'm really proud of it. I love that, you know, there are companies that are doing stuff like this, because it allows you to get the same effect with a little bit of money. So if this is something that you guys want me to continue, just give this video a thumbs up. Comment if you want to see like a specific comparison between two things. I literally am going to try out a couple more of these palettes, just because the formula and the texture of these palettes are really nice. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe if you're not already, and I would love to see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye.